What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the upcoming week in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. We're almost there. I'm recording this video a couple days early from when you guys are seeing it. I have enjoyed quite a bit the off week, actually gaming stuff, the other stuff I do on the channel. Really, they waited the week until this case was on break to just everything come out all in 1 week in May. I highly respect them that they are honoring my availability of when they announce things. But no, this upcoming week is going to be massive, obviously, right? The biggest thing is going to be Amber's cross-examination by Johnny's team. That should absolutely happen on Monday. We've talked about in terms of how many more, parts of the lore does she have left to tell. She's got probably, in my estimation, 5 to 6 parts in terms of, like the divorce, the op-ed, that final, like the party fight, all that stuff. Like, there's still a couple things to check, and maybe there's 5, 6, 7 things if they each take, 10, 15, 20 minutes each. I mean, it's probably going to take until the first half of the day to finish that up, and then it'll be, I'd imagine the rest of Monday and even the beginning of Tuesday would be the cross-examination of Amber by Johnny's team, and then obviously she would go back up on redirect, and then it's all her people. So she's got a couple of them, obviously her sister being one of them. And then the rumor is, and this is when I'm recording this on Thursday, on Wednesday, the rumor is they're going to call Johnny Depp up. So my thing is, like, you have limited time. Like, you're running out of time. You're around half, I believe, slightly less than or more than halfway done in terms of the time you have left. And so instead of bringing up people that are going to help you, but the thing is, a lot of these people don't exist, or they're not, they don't actually want to help her. So instead of bringing up them, you're going to bring up Johnny Depp again. Can you imagine how long that'll most likely take? I mean, that's probably at least both sides going back and forth, probably a full day if they do that. So it's like, you want to waste a full day when you have you have 8 days left, and then that final Friday is going to be the closing argument. So I think they literally only have Monday through Thursday. They start an hour early, and they're going to roughly the same time, maybe half an hour more as well. Obviously, we keep going back to the whole, it doesn't look good for her, but the thing is, a lot of things that people are discovering that really make her even worse is being found online, right, away from the court, and the jury obviously can't see that. So what the jury can't, now I still think what the jury can see is going to be enough, or is enough right now. From different reports, it seems like the jury wasn't really buying her story. They weren't really looking at her all that much when she was on the stand over those 2 days. That's from reports from people inside the courthouse. So, we'll see how that goes. But obviously, this is going to be a killer week. It's going to be, you have to put her, so all this stuff that we've discovered at home, people on TikTok, they're doing God's work, right? Now you have to show as much of that as humanly possible, and I don't think they're going to get all of it. And that's the sucky thing, but at the same time, it is the way that it is. You're going to have to show as much of that as humanly possible. And like I said, one thing that's going to be interesting, or at least it's interesting to me in terms of how I see people, how I trust people. Again, it's just like a personal thing for me. When you have somebody like Amber who lies about all of it, in my opinion, you don't need to show that they lied about every single story. Now, I'm sure they will. Camille is going to take her to school, destroy her, right? You can go over every single story, and they will, and start to poke holes in it, right? Start to say, well, this is kind of odd. Hey, this is. Hey, did you say this? Well, let's impeach your character. They can do that. But to me, for somebody, how I perceive Amber, it's like once one story is proven to be garbage, you only need one. And then the rest falls apart because you can link the fabrication. You can link this kind of person that lies about all this stuff. You can link it. So you say, okay, well, I perceive this person as just a liar, somebody who over-exaggerates, comes up with things on the spot. And once you put a hole in one story, the rest crumbles down. Because well, I just will assume now that you're lying about all of it. And I'm not like a psychologist or anything, but I'm sure there's probably some studies that have been done on that kind of thing. I don't think that's all that foreign of how somebody can perceive somebody else, right? You say, oh, that story is completely BS. So all of a sudden now you're saying, well, what about all those other 500 stories Amber told? Well, the odds are that she's lying about them, right? Maybe not statistically the odds are, but in terms of how we view people and how much we trust them and trust that they're telling us the truth, right? That is what's so. And I've been saying that for, I said that in the live stream last week. I've been pretty strong on that. I don't think it's gonna, in my opinion, it shouldn't take much for this thing to completely come down, right? All the bottle story, all you really have to do, go after that and say, hey, why didn't you go to the hospital? How is it even humanly possible you didn't go? Are you made of steel? How did you not get hurt by it? Not just hurt in terms of pain, which you also said you didn't feel pain, but how did you not have to go to the hospital for some sort of minor, at least minor surgery? And again, once you poke a hole on that, it's like, okay, well, all this, and Johnny's already done his side. He's told his side of the story. So already there's two conflicting, right, sides to it. And it's like, all right, well, you either believe him or you believe her, based off evidence, based off who you like, however you want to believe it, and however the jury wants to believe it, right? You believe it, off of those two. But then if you start poking holes in one of the sides, one of the two, which, yes, she tried to poke, or her side tried to poke holes in his side. I mean, the best you can get is some angry text messages. And again, those text messages are not flattering. I would never send those text messages. I don't think they were right to say. But at the same time, I wasn't being domestically abused for years of my life and having my life ruined by this person that you're somewhat aware that it's happening, but you're also not. Like, that wasn't happening. So it's easy for me to say, like, I wouldn't say those things. I probably would say those things if my life was being destroyed before my eyes and I had some sort of awareness. You know what I mean? So that's all they really have. Whereas with Amber, if you start to poke, hospital records, medical records. No, I mean, again, you've already poked holes. Nobody saw you with injuries. And unless you're putting on makeup like 10 seconds right after the injury happens, you can't even use makeup as an excuse to hide, right? Obviously, again, like, we know so much more. We've seen different kind of documents, different text messages, different things that have leaked that, like, the jury still hasn't even seen, and who knows if they will. We know who's in the right, who's in the wrong. This is the time. Like, these both of them went in the UK. Like, Johnny Depp did his side and talked, and probably talked similarly and told similar stories to what he told here, but we got to see it this time. The world truly was watching this time, whereas, well, you actually couldn't watch the UK side, right? So now the world is watching. So, yes, we've actually already heard all this stuff from Amber, although, like we've said, she's added new, parts to the canon. She's had a canon. She's added new parts to it. But now we've never seen her. Yes, you had, like, the deposition and stuff, but we've never seen her truly been taken to school. We've had to, much like Johnny Depp has had to sit back and just let all of this, his cancellation, happen in front of his eyes. Nobody would really hear him out, like, at all, right? Well, he's had to sit back and do that. We've also had to sit back and just allow Amber to talk, right? Freedom of speech. She's allowed to talk, but now is the time, for the first time in forever, or literally ever in the history. Now you get to say, all right, Amber, you got to tell your side. You've been telling your side for 6 years. You were given the benefit of the doubt way too much. You were instantly believed. Now it's time that we finally, for the first time, we get to poke some goddamn holes in your stories. And this, what I mean? It's going to be special as long as they nail it. And again, like, we have been critical, I think, of Johnny Depp's team, and I think that's fair. I think the team is not perfect. I think there's been mistakes. If they can't get her on every single, line of question, again, I hopefully I'll notice this as the week goes on. Hopefully I don't see it as that big of a deal, because I don't think it is that big of a deal. I just need them to nail her on a couple things. Just really get her where she can't answer, or like she's literally, like, stunned. Like, she doesn't know, well, if I say this, I'm screwed, but if I say this other thing, I'm screwed. You got to get her in that a couple times. And once you do that, you don't have to get her everywhere. You can, and again, that would be nice, but you only have to get her in a couple spots, and it's game over. And then, like I said, after that, I mean, they really screwed themselves with the lineup in terms of, having her biased feminist, psychologist go first, and then she went feminist as in clearly biased. I have no problem with the idea of feminism. The biasness is the issue. Then Amber goes, and there's really no backing to any of Amber's stories. Then Amber's going to get destroyed, and then you're going to bring in an actress who knew of Johnny Depp decades ago, who tried to, she wanted him to be her boyfriend. He wouldn't do it, and then she all of a sudden hated him for it. You have her sister, who's probably just as bad as Amber, right, or in the same kind of scope, and then you're going to call Johnny Depp up? It's not a surprise. We knew, like, James Franco, he pulled out. Elon Musk, he pulled out. Nobody's helping her. You know what I mean? So it's like, you think about it, and if Amber goes, Monday, Tuesday. I think it'll probably still take till most of Tuesday to do it. Johnny Depp is probably a full day as well. So, and I'm not saying he would go next, but say Wednesday, like a full day is taken. And then what? You have 5 days left at that point to get, how many can you get? 10, 12 witnesses max? That's, he had roughly, a similar number in that kind of span of time, but I just don't think it's going to go very well. I just don't know who she has that can really do anything to to hurt his story. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously tomorrow we will be doing the recap. We're back at it Monday through Friday, really Monday through Thursday. We'll do the review recap video at the end of the day, and then Friday I'll be live streaming and hanging out with you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all of my social media is in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.